Download's great.
Okay, we are recording. All right. Hey, what a great start to this show. Yes, he is an on-time Tom Izzo. Yes, he is. He spoke at today's press conference. And then also, it's not all fun and games in basketball. We're going to talk football in the bye week with Mike Jones of Can't Read, Can't Write. Let's go.
You are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Spartan friends, Spartan family, Locked On Spartans listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Locked On Spartans, your team in green and white 5 days a week through the good times and the bad. No, it's not going to be just me rambling the entire episode, just getting my thoughts on Urban Meyer and everything like that. No, we're joined by one of my favorite podcasts. Well, 1/3 of my favorite podcast, Can't Read, Can't Write. His name is who? Mike Jones, and I'm sure it's the first time in his life he's ever heard that before. Mike, how on earth are we doing over there, my man?
Misery loves company, and we are both miserable as suffering Spartans. So I'm great. I'm fantastic. And how'd the Urban Meyer conversation go for you? Was it like touching the third rail?
People were not as heated about it as I possibly thought. I thought I was going to open up the email box, lockedonspartans@gmail.com, by the way, and just get eviscerated. Like, yes, some people did disagree, but like it wasn't anything like, hey, I'm going to find your address, drive to your house, and throw a brick through your window. So it went better than I thought it would. So so that was good. Mike, we're going to steer the conversation away from football for the first segment here because for my mental health, for your mental health, and for a lot of the listeners' mental health here, we're going to splice in some basketball because Tom Izzo spoke with the media today. Mike, he raved about the leadership. He talked about Carson Cooper and Jackson Kohler changing their bodies. He called Jaden Akins one of the best two-way players in the country. He called Garrett Norman the best shooter of the freshmen, and he called Jeremy Fears the next Mateen Cleaves. Tom, keep talking, man. That's what I'm talking about. Mike, through the presser, first, how nice was this just to hear amidst everything going on in East Lansing? Then second, what was your biggest takeaway from Mr. Izzo's press conference?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's ever watched Tom Izzo talk, like the amount of nonsense that comes out of his mouth. Yes. I mean, I think the presser before that, he both complained about the youths and then said, if you spent more time with the youths, you would really celebrate them. But like, this is, there's some people that Tom doesn't touch, Mateen being one of them, right? Like, so that comp was a big deal. I get the sense that he likes his team, but I think he's liked several of his teams in the sense that they were nice kids, right? Like they were since Cassius, he's had a lot of really nice kids on his team, right?
Too many nice kids, in my opinion. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he likes this team because they're both good kids, and I think thinks he's got something here. It's almost though that he doesn't want to jinx it. He knows it's that good. So
yes,
I don't know.
I think he was asked about that too, and he said, like, someone straight up asked, "Hey, is this national title or bust?" And he said, like, "Well, if I say yes, it's put a lot of pressure on my team, but if I say no, then that means I'm not really believing in my team." Like some iteration.
And then he's like, "I like my team."
Yeah.
And then
I like my team. I'm having a great time. Right. Yeah. It's been a good summer and fall of practices so far, but no, it was a true quintessential Tom Izzo press conference. He also said that I had the chance to enter the portal in my life as well, but I chose this university. And hey, stay tuned to watch Tyson Walker light it up in the backcourt for Michigan State this upcoming winter. So like we get to do that for another winter. I mean, Tom, I love you, but like by way of Northeastern, here's Tyson Walker.
He just, and then we're also celebrating Joey Hauser being with the Jazz now. Like, I mean, bro, just give it a rest. The problem with Tom is that there's no nuance, right? Like, because there is a through line for this to all make sense, and it just doesn't for him. But I don't know. I don't want to, like, we're in football season, right? Like, it's really hard for me to fully turn the page, but this is the year that I've been that the excitement for basketball didn't stop, right? Like, lost to Kansas State, heartbreaker, didn't stop being excited the whole way through for basketball season, never turned it off. And then Tom's back now, and it's real. It's like, We're what? How many days away? 30?
Not too many, whatever it is. So
Midnight
Midnight Madness. I'll even go as far as say Midnight Madness starts basketball. Like that's how anxious I am to get the season started, which is on October 13th. I couldn't
or
remember
Halloween if you ask Tom.
Or famously Halloween, according to Tom Izzo, October 13th. That's right. So after you grab all your candy in your neighborhood, head over to Breslin Center on October 13th. It'll be a great time for the whole family.
I love people trick or treating. Tom said it's Halloween. Sorry, I'm here. Yeah.
If he says it's Halloween, I will be in Okemos with my kid on October 13th. Just absolutely
at his door.
Canvassing the neighborhood, yes. God, so yeah, however many days it is, like it's just got to get here now. Like it's not all picking daisies here as far as basketball goes, because they dropped a lot of game times, the schedules, the channels, or the streaming services that these games are on, and of course, like the good old grumpy men that we are, we're going to gripe about it here. At least I am.
Sure.
As many of you know by now, 5 games, and not just any games, conference games, will be on Peacock. Tuesday, 7 p.m. game against Wisconsin. Thursday, 7 p.m. versus Penn State. Tuesday night, 9 p.m. tip versus Michigan. And then the one road game on the Peacock, Tuesday, 9 p.m. tip at Minnesota. And then Tuesday, 7 p.m. tip versus Iowa. They have 1 game all season on ESPN. They have 8 on CBS and Fox combined. But Mike, I'll let you rail on this first. Your thoughts on Peacock? Is it just your favorite thing in the world, man?
It's been garbage for football. I would defend them a bit more if they hadn't been doing Notre Dame games this entire time. Like this isn't new to them. They should have had a system built out. I am a little nervous about their foray into basketball. But you know, I can't get, maybe I'm in the minority here. I just can't get that heated about Peacock. At least for most folks who live in Michigan, if you have Comcast, that Peacock subscription comes through for you as part of your
good PSA. Good PSA.
Like I don't know, I'm a Philly guy. Comcast Tower is just around here. Like it's the one plug that Comcast sucks. I don't need to say nice things about them, but I am more bothered by them picking up that they continue to push to streaming services marquee games. Michigan State shouldn't be on a streaming service in the same way that Michigan State, Washington, the football game, while we were all thankful that it was on a streaming service, should not have been on a streaming service. So that's like NBC Comcast, you're screwing this up. So
I know. And I'm going to echo a lot of like the other gripes that people have as well. And yes, I do get like, you know, people are like, oh, it's just $6 a month. Like, yeah, thank you. Like, okay, it's not the money. Like I am a very frugal person in many things in life, but I also pay the $10 every single year for Big Ten Plus to watch Michigan State play Tri-County Union, Christian, whatever. Like,
yeah, they shouldn't be making the admission cost of being a fan higher. Like that. Sorry to interject, but like, yes, they shouldn't be making it more expensive to be a fan. So, right, because even like $6 a month is like still too much, and like, but the thing is like, yes, it's just on the streaming service, and sure, the diehards like us, the sick people like us, we're gonna pay whatever it is to watch Michigan State basketball. But okay, let's say hypothetically Michigan State is absolutely giving the blues to Michigan on a Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Who outside of the greater Lansing and greater Metro Detroit area is going to know about this? It's not like people are going to be scrolling their channels or their streaming services being like, oh, hey, let's go to the Peacock and see what basketball game's on. Like, this is going to be a game that no one hears about. And same with the other 4 games as well. So, like, that's my issue as well. And also, it's not just all about Michigan State. Indiana and Purdue is on Peacock. Like, that is criminal. I'm going to forget about that because, look, I've got a dumb brain. Usually I just don't even remember these games that aren't Michigan State games until Saturday or like on a weekend night where I'm just scrolling the TV guide on YouTube TV or WoW or whatever you use. And it's, oh my God, that's right. This game is on. Like, yes. And I think a lot of other fans are like that as well, where they're just like, they don't have just a streaming service in their head at all times. You're like, oh, got to watch Hoosiers Boilermakers or Spartans Wolverines on the streaming service. Like, it's just a disservice to not just the fans of the schools that are playing on the service, but like just college basketball fans in general. But who cares about my soapbox? I mean, some Peacock exec is laughing right now, probably. Who cares? Yeah, as they collect your $6.
Yep. Hey, you want to keep this fun conversation going, talk about football here in a minute, Mike?
Oh yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Great. There we go. All right, in a hot second, but first I need to talk to people's ears off about Bird Dog Shorts. I got my Bird Dogs on right now. Before we started recording, Mike said, hey, be honest with me. Bird Dogs, would you recommend them? Absolutely, positively, I will always recommend Bird Dogs because they are versatile. You can wear these bad boys anywhere. Do it when you're running errands. Do it at the apple orchard. Do it on the hay rides, the golf course. Heck, even the swimming pool if you're on vacation somewhere warm this fall. They hook it up for every single occasion, and they also just feel great on the body as well. I got the Bird Dog shorts with the liner on the inside, and it's just the right amount of snugness, you know? It's not constricting anything. It's not cutting off blood flow to the other extremities in my body. No, it just feels supportive the entire time you are wearing them. And they also want to support you when you buy anything on birddogs.com, because when you go to birddogs.com/lockedoncollege or enter promo code lockedoncollege, all one word, they are going to hook you up with a free Bird Dogs water bottle with your order. Again, that's birddogs.com/lockedoncollege for a free water bottle at checkout. You will not want to take your Bird Dogs off. We promise you. Also, that's right, I'm always repping Home Field Apparel because I'm trying to look my best. You know, this is my Saturday's best, my Sunday's best, and, well, Monday through Friday as well. HomeFieldApparel.com is the place you have to go to if you want to check out some great vintage logos in the MSU catalog. And, of course, they throw them on apparel as well. Sweatshirts, long sleeve T-shirts in general. Hey, even hats as well. I got my MSU dad hat right here. It's at homefieldapparel.com. Or let's say for some reason you're for other schools that aren't Michigan State, go ahead, check it out. They have hundreds of schools to pick from at homefieldapparel.com. But when you check out, smash in promo code LOS23. That's going to get you 15% off of your first order. Again, that is LOS23 at homefieldapparel.com for 15% off of your first order at homefieldapparel.com. Let's drag the one, the only Mike Jones back on to the show here because it's it's football season. Woo! Mike, give me a reason to smile about football.
No.
How about that for a question? You like that? Oh,
no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Here's my take. Yeah, it is impossibly bad what we're watching, yet the reason it is so painful is because you see winning. You see the potential for winning. Hey, as much as, and I get it, Jay's got to go, Scotty's got to go, Ross has got to go, like they all got to go. But you can see that the recruits that we made in the defensive end are paying dividends. That's what I'll say. That's where I'll leave it. So if we're able to retain some folks, there's winning football on the other side of this. That's my positive.
I would love to see Malik Spencer and Dylan Tatum play in a system that works.
I'd love to see Dylan Tatum play in the position that he should be playing.
How about that? There we go.
Wild. The guy who projects as a nickel in the league isn't playing the nickel. Don't like that. Jordan Hall looks fantastic. If we can retain Jordan Hall, that would be great. Yeah. So I don't know. Nate Carter looks like a plus running back. If he had a better situation in front of him, I don't know.
Literally in front of him. Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah, between whoever's handing him the ball to the people blocking for it, it's been a comedy of errors. Can we talk about the quarterback for a second, though?
Please. You know what? We were going to get to that, of course, eventually, but let's cut the foreplay. Let's just get right into it. I want to pose it like this, though. Can I pose it like Noah Kim takes the field in Piscataway as a starting quarterback? Your reaction, Mike Jones, is what if it's still Noah Kim after his bye week?
I think the cold open for our last episode was, not to plug the pod too hard, but was that it'll be the sound of a Yuletide log, but it was really our bodies self-immolating. I will be bothered, and the reason the season's gone, right? To a degree, maybe we can eke out a bowl. That would be wonderful if we could for the practices, I guess. But
sure.
But the thing that I'm concerned about is that you have 2 4-star quarterbacks who are sitting behind Noah Kim, and the odds that you're able to keep both of them with a coaching change are slim. You have a better odds of keeping one of them if they're playing. So if I don't, maybe Sam Leavitt is the better quarterback. I don't know. He might lose more games this season, but if Sam Leavitt's the better quarterback, then play Sam Leavitt. Because you need to keep that person, you need to give the next staff as many tools as they possibly can have. And for the life of me, Harlan Barnett, if you listen,
big listener. Yeah. He loves the show.
Be the custodian for the program that I know you need to be. So that's my take on the quarterback, is that I don't care about winning. I do care about retaining the best talent for next year.
That is just so brilliantly said. Can an adult in the room make an adult decision here? And I think it was alluded to, okay, hey, we're going to make have some conversations. We're going to make some choices here. And my piece of brightness here in the darkness of the season so far is that this bye week has come at a pretty good time, I think. This is a lot of the things have not gone Michigan State's way, but hey, at least the timing of the bye week on the schedule has gone right, because I don't know. There's a debate to be had, and we could even have this debate right here if you want, of is this a lost season? Because during yesterday's show, I said this season is a lost season. That got some pushback, more pushback than actually my Urban Meyer comments got, because no, it is not just national championship or bust, but look, you have to run the table. I'm sorry, this team's not going to beat Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State. I'm sorry if that's me being negative Nancy. You still have to run the table of Indiana, Minnesota, Rutgers, all on the road, and then Nebraska at home, just to go 6-6 to make the Quick Lane Bowl or the Surf Pro Bowl or something like that. Or God forbid, hey, maybe you have great APR scores last year and you sneak in somewhere it's 5-7, but I don't know. I think the season is done-ish, but man, it is a great time to just flip the page of the quarterback. You got 2 weeks to do it. You're going to Piscataway. You're not going to Columbus. That's just this is what I'm doing on October 3rd. This is how dire things are. Is that I'm celebrating the bye week, Mike?
and you're pointing to Midnight Madness as the thing that when basketball season starts. I will say, I'm a little surprised at how few dudes have entered the portal as well. So
yes.
Not to loop back to bright spots, but that's encouraging. That, because one of the things that's been rough about the transfer portal and NIL is not, and this isn't me complaining about kids getting paid or having the freedom of movement, but for the longest time, and I think you and I have talked about this, that it felt like when you won a recruiting battle, that someone was picking the place that you had an emotional attachment to. Sure. And that was meaningful. That was your guy, right? And now that it's become more transactional, which is in keeping with the amount of money that's made in college sports. I don't want to be whatever, but I'm maybe encouraged that it feels like the dudes we have here also are picking Michigan State, irrespective of who the head coach is. And that's more meaningful because Mel Tucker was all about, we can say it now, right? Mel Tucker.
Sure. Sure. It's open season now. Yeah, it's open season.
I'm only going to whisper it, but the Michigan fans weren't totally wrong about where he sat in the picture.
It's unfortunate. That's okay. That's okay. The cigar photos are still sweet. That too.
And the birds and we'll have great memories. We'll have wonderful Mel Tucker memories. The goats, fantastic.
Oh, great. The Ferraris on the field, the groundskeeper hated them, but it was cool.
But yeah, I think maybe we have some Spartans on this team, and I think that's worth celebrating.
Now that was said on the Locked On Spartans airwaves, we're going to see 15 kids enter their names by noon on Wednesday. So just want to give everyone the heads up there. If any of you know how anything goes on this show, it's I could say the sun's going to rise in the east tomorrow, and oh boy, we ain't waking up. So that's what we got going on here. But no, you are right, because someone did hit me with the, hey, what's the over-under for guys in the transfer portal? And I just threw out 4.5. And that seems like a very low number, but 4 guys from Northwestern are all that transferred. Now, I will say that maybe stat. Northwest, it is an interesting stat, but however, 3 of them were their highest rated guys. And now it's did these guys stay at Northwestern because it's really maybe their only Power 5 opportunity there? But like,
and it's Northwestern. If we can, we can at least respect the academics of the
sure.
school.
Oh yeah, not to call Michigan State like some like
Right,
college in the projects, but like that is a Northwestern degree. Like,
yeah. As a very
an
proud
adult
alum.
Conversation about this, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so whatever.
But
I have a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, but we have two, right? We have Justin White, okay, and then Hank Pepper's a loss.
Yeah, and then like there are some interesting names there on the injury report, like Keyshawn Blackstock. I've heard to like keep an eye on, like, and let's see if that's going to be long term or what. So
hear me out though. The Harlan Barnett gave the boot to Justin White and Hank Pepper.
There is something to that. Yeah,
like he didn't give the boot to it. Like I don't know. You may well be right. I think you had talked about how like Windman. Right, like the seniors who can't come back, who can't transfer,
right.
Like they may who were injured in some capacity are like, I'm gonna stick it out. But like Blackstock, Vandemark, I think maybe they're just hurt.
I mean, this is the weirdest sentence I'm about to say, but like, I hope they're just hurt. Like, I hope they're hurt. Like, that doesn't sit well with me. I'm gonna have to take a shower after that. But like, yeah, that means like they're actually just hurt and like not spurning the college football team that I know and love, Mike. And as we know, that takes precedent over everything. No, I have a take I've been sitting on for a few days, and actually a listener jumped in and kind of asked on Twitter. But first, need to send you to the bench again. I feel sick about this because I need to talk to people's ears off about FanDuel Sportsbook. And no, we don't have a game this week, at least a Spartan game to bet on. But yeah, there's still plenty of more action this weekend over at FanDuel. And don't even wait till the weekend. God, I've already been getting on my same game parlays for MLB playoffs. You got NBA starting in here in a little bit. And of course, NFL. Snap into action this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, hey, that's right. Bet $5. You get $200 in bonus bets for new customers. That's right. $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. How on earth can you beat that? Well, it's really hard to beat that. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is super easy to use, and there's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and more. So visit FanDuel.com/locked-on and kick off the NFL season with us. It's FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. And to take us home for a third segment, because he's still here. This is great. It's Mike Jones of Can't Read, Can't Write. Again, you guys do fantastic work. Kevin Greck, Alex Plum, just sensational people. You guys do. I did it. I appreciate all episodes, but I truly did appreciate the post-Iowa episode. And just like you say, the cold opens are just some of the best work out there just in the content game. So thanks for all you do, man. A few days ago, Mike, like a mother goose on an egg, I have been hatching a take that I've been willing to uncork on someone. And then when you agreed to show up on the pod, I was like, great, I'm going to save this one for Mike.
All right.
And then on Twitter, Dan almost kind of sort of steals my thunder here because he writes in lighthearted mailbag question. Do you think we'll see the black unis this year? Do you want to, or should we just save those till next year? I assume the plan is/was for the U of M game, but I'd hate to see their debut tarnished by a probably ugly blowout. That funnels right into my take here, Mike. I don't want to see the black jerseys at all this year. Okay, we're running out of home games. I think maybe the Maryland game would have been a good idea for it. Although in hindsight, I don't know if you want that 22-point homecoming loss as your first black jersey debut. Your next home games are the Michigan game. And then the jokes kind of write themselves there. Like, oh, wearing all black to your own funeral, whatever. Okay, I don't want the first black jersey game to be, well, that. And then, well, the next one is going to be a sleepy Saturday afternoon game against Nebraska at Spartan Stadium. Like, so I know this is most like
black shirts, right? Their nickname is the Black Shirts.
That's true. Maybe we just wear them to troll them. But like, I don't know. I know this is the most inane, like non-important topic of all time here, Mike. But like, I am fine punting the black jerseys to next season and give like the new coaching staff like a nice little extra thing in their stocking for when they come here. Like, hey, we also got this as well as a nice little bonus for you. Thoughts?
Yeah, the luster on the season is certainly gone for a variety of reasons.
A tad, yeah.
That said, I got to imagine the players were psyched about the jerseys. And for them, maybe, sure, I guess. I do think it'd be very funny if they blacked out the stadium and then showed up in all neons, like with the pants too. Just as troll everybody, please.
I like that, actually. No, I'm all in on that, actually.
But I don't, they said that they were going to be, I mean, what we're 4 in, right? And
5, yeah.
Woof.
4 home games in. 4 home games. Yeah.
Either way, yeah. So 5 games in, and they said the black uniforms were going to be part of the rotation. They weren't going to be special.
Sure,
they clearly are. And so
right.
Just stick them away until next year. I'm with you.
That is one thing I didn't understand from the event is like, these are not alternate jerseys. Like, well, sure they are. Like, yes, they are. And that's okay. Like, you can wear alternate jerseys more than just once. You can carry them through a few years. I mean, it's fun.
All alts are alts, right? Like, I mean, the neons, they stopped wearing the pants and they wore the green pants with the neon top. Like,
yeah,
I don't, it's a jersey. Just wear it if you want. But I'm with you. Like, that might be a really, or wait, save it for Ford Field.
Okay.
We're burying the season that day. Like,
wait, hold on. It's right in front of us. It's Black Friday. I'm playing on Black Friday. Okay, well, that was easy. Okay, never mind.
We solved it.
I'll edit out the last 4 minutes of conversation. That was easy. That was simple. Wow, God, we made quite the corn maze out of that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's simple. From one absolutely insane who cares topic to another, I say Urban Meyer. Mike, you say
no.
Bring him home.
But here's what I'll say. I think if we can for a second talk bigger picture here about the debate about Urban Meyer. I think we would all do well to remember that we all want to win. So that as some people are in favor of Urban, some people are not, that everyone has a vested interest in winning. So if you don't want Urban, that doesn't mean you don't care about winning or you're not serious about winning. And that if you do want Urban here, I assume that folks who want Urban here look at the past transgressions, which you cataloged in your last episode, and don't want any more of that nonsense at Michigan State. So, like, that the idea is that we don't have any of that from Urban while he's at Michigan State.
Oh, the leash would be short. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think and so for the folks who are anti-Urban, I would say for those who do want him, you should not assume that people like Matt don't care about those things, right? Like we can have a disagreement. We all want to win and we all want good things for Michigan State. So I think that's one of the most disappointing components of this conversation for me is that everyone assumes bad like that you either don't want to win or that you don't care about people. And I think that's bonkers. My thing about Urban is that if it was one isolated incident, I'd say, you know what?
Sure.
People mess up, people grow, but like we're not even counting the time that he was doing a media hit on Fox, and there was like a naked dude in the reflection that appeared to be coked out.
Yes.
And Urban's like,
that's right.
Like, I mean, it was so like, there's just a lot of like lapses in judgment if we're saying that in the most kind terms for Urban, that I'm like, eh. And he hasn't coached in a while. Like, I don't know that
Correct.
Tom is like thinking back, Tom Izzo gets away with some things that a new coach would not be able to get away with as it relates to talking to players, because Tom Izzo's had a continuity of service. I don't know that Urban can come back to college football and be Urban anymore and get away with it. And the last thing that I'll say is that if you had told me back when we hired Mel Tucker that we were hiring instead the offensive coordinator from Indiana, I would have said, are you out of your freaking mind? Lo and behold, though, that's working out pretty well for Washington.
A little bit, yeah.
So, like, I think it happens to be that Urban's unemployed and no coach is going to respond to a call who's actually coaching right now. So Urban or Bob Stoops is who we're talking about. Like,
correct. Steve Mariucci is a name that I saw on the Spartans Illustrated message boards, and it was a joke. It wasn't like a serious thing, but like, let's get the Mooch back in town. Yeah, let's get Izzo, Mooch back together. The whole gang is here. Let's go.
Like, make Saban say no. Like, I mean.
Oh yeah.
So I get it. Like, Urban wins, and I want to win. Like, we all want to win. I would rather have someone who's going to be around for a while, and to tie this all back, by the way, to Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo was talking today about being a blue collar program. Yeah. And one of my favorite things about Michigan State University is that it is a blue collar school, that it's a school that is for everybody. Like, no matter what your grades were in high school, for the most part, you can come in and get a world-class education, and that it's a place where you work hard and you make your name, and I don't know that that's not what we would get with Urban, but I don't know that he would embody that ethos in the same way. So I don't know. I want to win too. I want to win natties. I don't want to win light. I want to win natties. But like, I'm okay. Yeah. I want something new. I want to be surprised.
Okay, there you go. I do want to end it on this question though, to wrap up the Urban Meyer conversation. Let's not get lost in all this, like how maybe small of a chance this actually is.
Yeah.
Mike, better chance of head coaching Michigan State next year, Urban Meyer, or hey, you, Mike Jones? Who is a better shot? Because look, this is all fun and games. It's fun debate. It's fun conversation for the most part, if you don't get too heated about it. But like, it's not a high percentage. So like, who's got the higher chance? You or Mr. Meyer?
I mean, I did see Brady Quinn talking that like it's a definite no on Urban, but like, maybe you make the call. Maybe you have to make the call, right?
Oh, you have to. You do have to.
You have to. I don't know if you.
I think so. Just it never hurts to talk. That's one of my mottos in life. It never hurts to ask. It never hurts to talk. Like, the more information you can get, the merrier. So
you might ask him like, "Hey, Urban, can you own up to the things that you did wrong?" Like, and so
nope. Right.
I don't know. I mean, we were talking about this on our last episode, though, because I think I'll speak for the three of us that we're kind of in the like, no, don't, please, God, don't.
Yeah.
It's like we've been through enough as a school. We don't need anything else.
Very understandable. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like I'm not going to be a fan.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like the second they hire him, I'm like, yeah, obviously I wanted Urban Meyer. I guess. Like, so yes, higher than I insist I could probably play call better now than anyone.
Oh, sure.
But like, please hire Urban and not me.
Yeah, Urban gets hired. I'm going to be like, that Jacksonville Jaguars kicker had that coming to him. Like, he
obviously he did, because he's not Matt Coughlin or Michael Geiger. Right. So like, get out.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I'm glad we're all aligned here. I mean, hey, just like I will pay Peacock or Big Ten Plus for anything for this basketball program, I'll root for, within reason, just about anyone. Within reason. I want to reiterate that again. Within reason, one more time. Anyone for the football program as well. So, Mike, delightful chat as always. I'll say it again. You guys just do fantastic work. I can't read, can't write. I'm going to try to get Kevin on, try to get Alex Plum on here in the future here. But like, just great to talk to you guys each individually. But you guys are the best. Anything else you want to plug before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your week?
No, you should. Everyone should check out Locked On Spartans. It's a great podcast.
Thanks, man.
Otherwise, no, thanks for having me, Matt. I appreciate it. Good to see you as always.
Absolutely. And hey, enjoy the bye week. Enjoy a Saturday where like you can smile every once in a while. But hey, until then, gang, we will be back next episode with Brian Smith, recruiting expert of Locked On. But until then, hey, love you all.
David Stone.
Woo!